so our function is a vertical asymptote at x equal to 3, and f of 3 is defined. Is this possible? Can we draw a function like this? So I'd like to hear people's votes. How many people vote yes? Okay, so we've got 3, 4. Okay, so we've got 4. How many people say no? Okay.
I know either way, but it's not choice today.
Okay. So we've got 4 yeses and a lot of no's. All right, so I'd like to hear from the no people first. So anybody have any thoughts on this? Why is this not possible?
Because the definition of an asymptote is your graph is actually getting near the asymptote but doesn't really actually touch that part of the graph, I guess.
Okay. Would anybody like to add on to that? Would anybody like to take away from that on the no side? So strictly people who are voting no. Ben, your thought?
My thought was that a vertical line can't be defined as a function. So in order for the asymptote to also be defined as a function, a vertical line would have to be a function, and that doesn't work. But I don't actually know if that's true.
Well, so I guess when I say that the vertical line is part of the function, but whether there is a y value at x equal to 3.
So if it's f of 3, can it be 0?
Can f of 3 be equal to 0? Define it that way if you want to.
Well, I don't know. What's a 0? Which is
All right, so let's hear from the yes folks.
I think I'm changing my mind. No.
You're changing yours from no to yes, or from
Because
yes
I'm
to
thinking that maybe written that way, it is a no, but if you put the limit, then it could be a yes. So.
That too.
I thought we had abstained. That would be me.
I thought we only had one poll.
I thought we were
Yeah.
committing.
Right? It's me. It's me.
Okay, so how about these yes folks?
I
Those
know,
of you
man.
who
It's 'cause
said,
she
who
took
said
abstain
yes.
out, so I didn't vote.
After 3 votes.
So I abstained.
Exactly.
You can have one part of the graph approach the asymptote and then have another point on the asymptote, or axis on the asymptote.
Okay, would you draw a picture of what you're talking about?
But the problem is y equals f of x. It's not a piecewise. This is one single
The
function.
piecewise function is.
Well, go ahead and draw your picture first, and then we'll talk about it.
So,
So I thought about that myself.
This is what the argument is right here, and my answer is the same as his. Is that this is a piecewise and it's not a.
All right. Okay, so first comment here is, all right, we've got y equals f of x. Now, what that means is that our y value is defined by, given an x value, we can write down a y value. Okay, so this particular graph, it does pass the vertical line test. Okay, there is no place on this graph where when we draw a vertical line, the vertical line touches 2 places on the graph. So this is a function. And we do have a vertical asymptote at x equal to 3 because the limit as x approaches 3 from the left of this particular function is equal to negative infinity, which is enough to give us a vertical asymptote based on our definition of what a vertical asymptote is.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other portion, this other half of our function, well, yeah, f of 3 is in fact defined. It's defined to be, well, if I draw some axes on here, f of 3 is equal to 2. And so we do have a function where our function has a vertical asymptote at x equal to 3, but that function is in fact defined at x equal to 3 as well. So the moral of this story is, in a way, it's a little bit of cheating, because this is not a standard function that we would write by writing one formula, y equals x squared minus 2x plus 1 or something, okay? But there are thousands and bajillions of functions that are all functions that can't be written in one nice formulaic way, okay? And here's an example of a function that is a function, we just can't write it with one equation, we would need a piecewise defined function. So the answer is yes, we can have a vertical asymptote where the function is defined on that vertical asymptote, which means that if you ever were told in a class before this that a function can never cross its vertical asymptote, well, that's not quite true. A rational function, a function that's written as polynomial divided by polynomial, well, those guys, their vertical asymptotes, the graph will never cross the vertical asymptote. But we can still write functions where we can have a vertical asymptote and the function is defined on that vertical asymptote. All right, so the answer here is yes. Yes.
So,